Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards makes an admission while giving an update on her home life. I'm envious. The RHBH cast member also shared a peek at daughter Portia Umansky's latest milestone. Kyle Richards admits that living with half a dozen dogs requires a lot of work, which is why she's learned to savor the occasional moments of calmness. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member hopped on Instagram this week to share another glimpse at her life as a fur mom. Kyle filmed several videos from inside her kitchen, where all of her pets were either lounging or catching some siesta. Some days they're so chill, she captioned the first August 29 story, which showed Golden Retriever Bambi, German Shepherd Luna, Bernese Mountain Dog Georgie, and Mixed Breed Storm lying on the floor and looking pretty peaceful. She then turned the camera to her Pomeranian Romeo, who was sprawled out in a corner. "Even you?" Kyle asked. "I'm envious of this level of relaxation." The self-proclaimed dog lover also owns a second mixed-breed pooch named Smokey. "I do all the work with my dogs," she told The Daily Dish in 2018. "My kids, of course. When we adopt a dog they say, 'I'm gonna help,' and then don't. They're all mine." In addition to her 6 pets, Kyle shares her Encino home with her 2 youngest daughters, Sophia Umansky, 25, and Portia Umansky, 17. The latter, however, is expected to leave the nest around this time next year to begin her college journey. Portia's fast-approaching departure became more real this week, as she officially became a high school senior. "My 12th grader Portia, off to start the school year," Kyle captioned an August 29 video of Portia driving away. "Love you." Portia, who is also the youngest daughter of Kyle's estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky, touched on her new chapter in Sophia's recent TikTok vlog. "Let me just give you a little update on what's going on in my life right now," she said in the August 27 video. "I just got my lashes done the other day. Tomorrow I have my senior sunrise, and that means I'm officially a senior. And you guys are gonna be like, 'What? She's a senior now?' I swear she was 4 years old. And then you guys are gonna be like, 'She's too young for lashes.' You're just gonna have to accept it, who I am, you know." Like many Bravo fans, Kyle was in disbelief over Portia's latest milestone. She reflected on the moment in another Instagram story that showed her youngest child headed off to the aforementioned senior sunrise event. "My baby is a senior in high school," Kyle captioned the photo. "Today Portia went to school early to watch the sunrise with her class. As she left I couldn't help but think about how quickly time passes. A year from now she'll be going to college. A little reminder to enjoy every moment." Kyle spoke about Portia's college plans on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, just months before she and her daughter began touring colleges. Although Portia previously said that the University of Miami was her dream school, Kyle suggested that the 17-year-old may have set her eyes on a different college. "Portia has changed her mind a couple times, but we will be touring different schools," Kyle said. "Allegedly, she wants her dad, her mom, and her 3 sisters to all come look at these schools, so we can make this decision together." And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's how it's normally done. But hey, I guess we're not normal. Learn more about Portia's post-high school plans and whether she has any interest in pursuing a real estate career like her dad and 2 oldest sisters, Farrah Brittany and Alexa Umansky. The Bravo universe has always known Kyle Richards as a woman of balance, someone who has lived with one stiletto heel firmly planted in Beverly Hills glamour, and the other anchored in the realities of family, motherhood, and shifting identities. But in a recent candid conversation, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star made an admission that surprised fans. She is feeling envious. For Kyle, a woman who has long projected stability amid the chaos that swirls around her castmates, to speak openly about envy feels almost revolutionary. And yet that single confession cracked open a world of emotion, offering insight into her current home life, her evolving marriage, and her search for contentment in an environment where comparison is constant. A house full of memories. Kyle's Encino estate, often seen on Bravo cameras, has been more than a luxurious backdrop. It has been the keeper of countless memories. The laughter of her daughters echoing through the hallways, the holidays where extended family gathered around her oversized kitchen island, And even the tense arguments that viewers have witnessed in the living room, it all lives within those walls. But Kyle admitted that recently, when she looks around her home, she doesn't just see memories, she sees what's missing. "My house is beautiful," she said softly, her words tinged with both pride and melancholy. "But sometimes I walk into my daughter's rooms and they're quiet. Too quiet? They used to be filled with music, clothes strewn everywhere, arguments over makeup. And now, they're just still. I get envious when I see families in that stage of life again, with all that noise and chaos." Her youngest, Portia, is growing into her teenage years, while her older daughters have spread their wings, Farah building her career, Alexia chasing her own path, and Sophia carving out independence. Kyle's role as mother, once all-consuming, is now shifting. It's beautiful, of course. "I'm proud," she added, "but there's a selfish part of me that misses being needed in that way. I see other moms juggling toddlers and homework, and I feel this ache." That's when envy creeps in. The envy no one talks about. Envy is not a word that housewives often own. On screen, jealousy is usually external, envy of a handbag, a vacation, or a rival's marriage. But Kyle's honesty revealed something far more intimate. "I'm not envious of possessions," she clarified. "I've never been that way. What I'm envious of is the stage of life I can't get back. The little feet running through the hallways, the family dinners where nobody had anywhere else to be, the simplicity before things got complicated. That's the envy." Her admission struck a chord with fans. Social media lit up with women echoing her feelings, confessing that they too sometimes long for the noise, the demands, the beautiful exhaustion of earlier years. Kyle said what so many moms are afraid to say. One fan tweeted, "We're proud when our kids grow, but we're also heartbroken. That kind of envy isn't petty, it's human." Marriage in the spotlight. Of course, no update on Kyle Richards' home life would be complete without mention of her marriage. Her relationship with Mauricio Umansky has been under heavy scrutiny in recent months, with rumors swirling and separation whispers making tabloid rounds. Kyle didn't shy away from addressing it, though she chose her words carefully. "Marriage changes over time, just like family does," she admitted. "There are seasons where you're completely in sync, and others where you're not. I'd be lying if I said it was easy. And yes, sometimes I do feel envious when I see couples who make it look effortless. But then I remind myself, nobody's life is as perfect as it looks." That level of self-awareness is something Kyle has honed over decades in Hollywood. Unlike some of her peers, she rarely plays victim, preferring instead to acknowledge life's complexities without losing her sense of humor. Still, when she spoke of envy, there was vulnerability behind her eyes. "Envy isn't always negative," she added. "Sometimes it's just a reminder of what you value. For me, it's connection, whether that's with my husband, my kids, or my friends." A home in transition. As Kyle adjusts to this new stage of life, her home has become a metaphor for her inner world. She's redecorating, rearranging, reimagining spaces that once belonged to her daughters. "I turned one of the rooms into a wellness space," she explained. "It's filled with yoga mats, candles, crystals. Some people might laugh, but it gives me peace. I need that right now." Fans know Kyle has leaned heavily into wellness in recent years, from her commitment to fitness to her evolving sense of spirituality. The once party-loving housewife now spends mornings meditating, evenings journaling, and weekends hiking the canyons of Los Angeles.